I am totally against fast food. I really am. I just think fast food is like the worst thing for people. And like I said, many people are malnourished because they're eating processed foods. And this all came out of World War II. One of the horrible consequences of World War II is that because they needed to feed these vast armies, they had to process food. And so they developed techniques of preserving food for much longer periods of time. But when the war ended, they realized, hey, it's much better, so let's can all this food, and because food, it's just much cheaper for them. And so again, it's the profit motive.
They probably had a surplus too. That's the other part. It wouldn't get rid of the extra
so
food.
Now so many people are eating, all this processed food, that high salt content. If you look, sugar's in everything. And if you want to read something very interesting, Otto Frank, who was nominated for Nobel Prize over 40 times and won the Nobel Prize for microbiology, he was a Jewish physician who Hitler never killed, right? Because Hitler set him up in a laboratory in Germany, and he worked solely on the cancer problem. Between, I think, 1934 to 1945. That's all he did. And he determined that cancer cells, he actually believed that all disease was cellular malfunction. And he basically said that their only source of nutrition is fermented sugar. So cancer thrives on fermented sugar, which is why alkaline-based diets are they're much more beneficial. Teeth caries come from acidic mouth environment. And so the more sugar you eat, the more acidic. And sugar, remember, rice is sugar, bread is sugar. People forget that these are complex sugars as opposed to simple sugars. So teeth are meant to last a lifetime. And civilization ruins teeth. A lot of dentists ruin teeth too, because there's so many bad dentists out there. I mean, there's good dentists, but there are a lot of dentists that are very aggressive with their dentistry. But if you look at jaws from like 300,000 years ago, all the teeth are intact.
Yes, right, exactly. No plaque on the teeth.
No plaque on the teeth. So, but the CWAC is really good too, because the CWAC is amazing. I mean, it really does have amazing benefits. And then oil pulling, if people... I would really recommend taking care of your teeth. Oil pulling is very good. If you Google that, using any oil can be used, but a good oil is coconut oil, where you just swish oil in your mouth for a few minutes, like 5-10 minutes. It draws all the bacteria out, and it's an Ayurvedic tradition. But people that practice it, that have their teeth their whole life. And then rinsing immediately after food is sunnah. People forget that because cavities, dental caries occur after about 20 minutes. The bacteria begins to thrive if you don't rinse your mouth. But if you rinse your mouth well after a meal, you won't get dental caries. And then there's a hadith that the angels are troubled by food between the teeth of somebody praying. تتأذى الملائكة من طعم بين أسنان المصلي. And Imam Ibn Abi Zayd, this book, in the Risala, Takhlil al-Asnan, in his sunnah, the Prophet used palm fiber, so he flossed his teeth. And he had beautiful teeth, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he took very good care of them. Somebody tried to count how many times he brushed during the day, and he gave up because he would use the CWAC stick.
Right. So it's